baby. She had me so messed up on so many occasions. She sure did. Welcome back, guys, to my channel. I hope y'all have been doing well. In today's video, I am going to be going over and talking about the trials and tribulations for level 2 nursing and what I really thought about it. And I'm going to be eating my food, spilling some tea, so let's get into it. Okay, so my thoughts on level 2 nursing. If I want to be honest, it wasn't that bad. Like material-wise, it wasn't even that bad. And I'm proud of myself for that. Like, I'm really proud of myself because whenever I first started level 1, that's a whole nother video. But when I first started, baby girl was struggling. Baby girl was not eating, sleeping, anything, because I was so stressed out. This one was like a breeze. Even with, you know, the thing that made it hard? The thing that made it hard was what's going around in our world today. So what basically happened was just going along, you know, having spring break, enjoying my time. And then a lot of the other colleges here where I live, I go to college a little bit far away from me, but the colleges here, they had gone on spring break a week before my college, and they were all like, we are not going to be coming back. Y'all will get further instructions. And I was like, Lord, I'm not even on spring break yet. Like, what's gonna happen to me, you know? And our college was so slow at releasing the information. Like, we were just dangling in space for what seemed like forever. I was like, can we get on with the day or what's up? Like, we're just sitting here with no information to go off of and being kind of uneasy about it. And so we got on our spring break, still nothing. I think it's like, maybe like on a Thursday, and spring break was over on a Friday. They announced that we were going to be doing a spring break extension. Sorry, my phone was doing that. They were announcing that we were going to do a spring break extension. And so we were emailing our teachers, and they were all saying, well, just refer back to the website. Our college had put like a website up with like new update to what they were going to do. And so it was like, they didn't know either. So, I mean, that was just really stressful at that time of transitioning. So then we were like, okay, what's gonna go on with our clinicals? Because we had several clinicals left. We had more information to learn on that side. What was gonna happen to our clinicals was like another thought process that came to us, because by that time they had announced everything was going online. We was gonna do Zoom this, Zoom that, Zoom everything. I was like, okay, so that's fine and all, but what about the clinicals? Because I'm not fixing to go up there when we're in whatever we're in while you know, at the hospitals up there. No, you was not gonna get me up there. You surely was not. And so we have several different clinical sites, right? And a lot of the other sites have been like, no, we're not allowing students, y'all can't come. And they were having to find out other things. Okay. The clinical site that we were going to, and our clinical instructor was like, great news, guys. We're still able to go. Who's ready? And I said, not me. I had to stand up for what I really thought, because I wasn't gonna let her enthusiasm, because she kept on referring back to things of like, oh, this is just like 9/11. This is just like back in the old times in the wars. How did you think that nurses back then learned how to be nurses? I said, pump your brakes. I can't be doing all that. I'm not going to be putting myself in harm's way like that when everybody else has the option. If they have the option, I want to have the same option. You know what I'm saying? So, and she wasn't really happy because I think she thought that all of us in the clinical group was going to be like, yeah, no, we wasn't. We definitely wasn't. And so from there, she had to relay the message to somebody else, and then relay the message back to her, and she relayed the message to us that, okay, since there was so much pushback, that we can do the online clinicals. And let me tell you, those online clinicals were a beast. She made it so that we regretted not going to clinicals. She made it so I was just like, I'll be doggone. I mean, this is taking longer than clinicals took, by far. And I don't know, by the grace of God, I got through it, but Okay, so that was one little piece of information that I had to deal with. And then another piece, your clinical instructor is so important. They can make or break your semester in a heartbeat. And let me tell you, baby, mine tried to break mine in so many different ways. I was like, do we have a problem? Like, it was really that stressful and that hard for me. But baby, she had me so messed up on so many occasions. She sure did. She was almost about to push my buttons, and I had to bring it back down to earth so many times because what she was doing wasn't right. However, I had to think, this moment or years of my future, which one do you want? And yeah, so there was just several different instances where I felt that I was treated different than my fellow peers. I just felt that more times than one. And the only thing that I could think of is that I was the only Black person in the clinical group. I'm not trying to make it about race, but if the shoe fits, let's wear it like Cinderella, baby, because I couldn't get past it. Like, it got so bad that like 2 or 3 of the girls in my clinical group came up to me or texted me, and they're like, we see that she is teaching or treating you so wrong. Like, we see the differences between how she teaches us and treats us versus how she does you. But you know what I had to do in that situation was I called up a friend of mine who's in 4th semester, and I just let him know, like, all these things. I was like, she did this to me, she did that to me, she never did this to that person, but she did that to me, she counted off points for this for me, but she didn't put that for me. And what he said was, document it all. But unless it's something like illegal, unethical, or it's gonna fail you in the class, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Because, baby, you have your whole future and she has this moment. Do not give her your whole future. And I really had to pull back and ground myself with that information, because I'm one to pop off. I am one to say it how I think it and live it how I be it, because I'm never the one who you're just gonna push to the side and it's just gonna be all right. I'm not gonna be that. But it's like playing a game of chess. He was like, just like we talk about our clinical instructors and about how hard they're, doing us and how wrong they're doing us, they're talking about you just the same way. They are all getting together, spilling the tea in the teacher's lounge, and you don't want to be known as the problem person, as the problem person. And that was really important for me to understand. And so after he did that, baby, I documented everything. I documented everything. I documented whenever I had my hair short and like in this short little pixie cut. It was cute. It was like a maroonish red, not a really vibrant red, but it was cute. And she wanted to pull me to the side and talk about, well, maybe the hospitals are gonna have a problem with that. I said, a problem with my natural hair? And she's like, well, I just don't want you to have a target on your back. So there was one. There was one instance, but that was handled with, and I kept my red hair, baby. I sure did. Another instance was when I wore a beautiful turban wrap like I'm doing now. And she counted points off and she said I was being unprofessional. Now, if you're in nursing school or in a nursing profession, they push culture down your throat. This culture, that culture, this culture, that culture. They want you to know culture and they want you to respect it. So baby, this is my culture, but you're not gonna respect it? That's okay. That's okay. Because I surely did document that too. So if you're having a problem, the best advice that I can do or give you, if you're having a problem with your teacher, document it, because whenever you come and you start following the chain of command, you don't want to be brushed off as some little girl who's mad about a grade. You want to have stepping stones of information, so when that information gets to the top, you have something to fall back on. Baby, if it's emails, if it's screenshots, you want to have it all, just in case something does not turn out your way. Overall, the material, the time spent studying, the grades that I got, I ended up finishing with a B, y'all. So I really and truly believe level 2 was good. It was good for me. It wasn't that challenging. I know how to study. Here's the best tips that I can give you, okay? On like, what would be the best thing for you for testing? You need to know your teachers. Know the teachers that are gonna make you dive in for the homework and look into the book for the answers and stuff like that. Know the teachers who are only going to say important stuff in their lecture, so if you're not paying attention to the lecture, you're not gonna know. Know the teachers who are easy, breezy, beautiful, and will let you know all the information that you need to know on the PowerPoint. And you need to learn how to study. That is the biggest blessing that I can tell you. What has been making me pass is I know how to study now versus I didn't know how to study then. And so I just learn your own techniques. Some people do a lot of flashcards. Some people have to read every single page of the book. Some people like me just take what I need from the PowerPoints, from the materials that they've given me, and if I'm confused, I will go deeper into the book for the material. That's just what works for me. Find your niche, because honey, once you find it, you'll be riding on a cloud of greatness, So yeah, I think that really wraps up my thought process on level 2. The material wasn't that bad. If you have a great clinical instructor who likes you, baby, you gonna have a good time. If you have one that doesn't, baby, you're gonna be sipping on some wine, because she pushed me. And know how to study. know how to study. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my little mukbang. I don't know how to do it properly. I was just hungry. I needed to eat, and I decided to talk about this. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thanks.